Hi everyone, this was a request to do my favourite oil-free sunscreen lotions. Since it's coming up to summer in Australia, it's spring at the moment, I thought this is a really good one to do. So thank you to Babiesophie for requesting this. I'll put the username up there. If I've mispronounced it, I do apologise, but I'll get straight into it. So now a lot of these I have mentioned before because I really do love these products. The first one I know I've definitely mentioned, which is the Neutrogena Ultra Sheer Dry Touch one. And this is in SPF 15, also recommended by the Skin and Cancer Foundation Australia. It's an 85ml tube. This one is oil-free and PABA free. And basically, when you use this one on the skin, obviously you can use it all over your body as well as the face. Comes out white in the tube. But with that one, you really just shear it out. And once it basically dries, it gives a nice silky touch to the skin. Doesn't really have much of a fragrance. Most of the ones that I have, just that common sort of sunscreeny smell, nothing overpowering. It's not like that strong coconutty smell, it's just a gentle fragrance. And again, once it dries, it's not a greasy sort of feeling, so it's good. I normally wait a couple of minutes at least once I've sort of prepped my skin and put it on before I actually apply any makeup. I don't sort of wait a couple of seconds, I really wait a good couple of minutes, maybe up to 5 minutes, just for it really to soak into the skin. And normally what I do, once I've put on whatever moisturiser I'm using during the day, when I just start to get sort of ready, I might get dressed and then I'll sit down and finish my makeup off. But that's the Neutrogena Ultra Sheer Dry Touch. I also love, and I have mentioned these before, the actual body mist sprays. I've got the SPF 15 and the 30, and these are 140 gram bottles. These again you can use all over the body and also on the face. I like to sort of spray a little bit on my hand and just pat it around my face. And these again are also all free. Just really nice. These I think probably range around about $10 to $14. I normally try and get them on special. You can get most of the products I'll be mentioning from Priceline, Big W, local supermarkets, Kmart, Target, etc. And just a quick mention, this one I think retails around about the $10, $11, $12 mark. I picked it up actually for about $5. I think it was a reduced one at Kmart, so I'm not sure if that's still going. Now the next ones I actually like to use, and I've been really using them lately, is the Hamilton Everyday Face and also the Sunsense Daily Face by Ego. Now the Ego one, again, I've mentioned numerous times. This is the 30 gram tube and supposedly an invisible tint finish. It is a yellow tint to it. But on my skin, it literally comes out matte and also invisible. So I'm not sure if someone maybe a little bit darker in colouring might actually show up a little bit. So I said it is a slightly yellow tinge to it. But again, it will dry really nicely and just sheer on the skin. This one's UVA and UVB. It's again matte formula and oil free. It's that one. I also do have this one, which I've been favouring lately, is the Daily Face one. This is the anti-aging one. The only real difference I've noticed between this and this one here is this contains AHAs, a vitamin E and B3. I like vitamin E just to sort of, if I've got any sort of dry areas on the skin, which is why I picked this one up. And this is the 100ml bottle. I got both of these at Priceline. This I think is around about $7, $8, $9, and this one was about $19.95 for the 100ml one. But this one does have a pink tinge to it. Let's see if this will actually come out on the camera. That's that one there, but like I said, you only really need a tiny bit. Just a sort of a comparison, hopefully that'll show up, but really it's very minimal, the tinge to it, and like I said, they do give an invisible tint, at least sort of for my colouring. And again, not much of a fragrance to it, just a normal sunscreeny smell. But yeah, I like them because they are oil free, because I do have a combination to oily skin, sometimes dry around the cheeks during winter, but normally in the summer months it is relatively normal here, and then but oily around the T-zone. But I find these are really good for my skin. The next one, which I just mentioned before, is the Hamilton one. It's the Everyday Face. This I find fairly similar to the Ego one. It's non-oily, apparently doesn't clog pores. I've never had problems with clogging pores with any of these ones. It's recommended for normal, combination or acne prone skin. Also gives a matte finish and fragrance free. This is a 75 gram tube, and I think this is around $11 from Priceline. Like I said, you should be able to pick them up at most other places. And this one is similar in colouring to the anti-aging one by Ego Sunscreen, but that's basically it. Obviously a huge amount. You don't need to gain a tiny spit, and just rub it into the skin. Soaks in really well. Again, a couple of minutes. When I was really reading a lot of the tubes, I do notice some specifically say oil-free, some say non-greasy or non-oily. For me, isn't the same thing as oil-free, but I haven't had any problems with this one. Another one I have been using, I've sort of stopped using it more on my face, unless under makeup at least. This is the Cancer Council's Active Sunscreen Plus Mineral Silica, and this is the 30 plus one. This tube is 110 mils. Mineral silica base, which reduces the oil used and delivers a dry touch feel. It does sort of give a nice sort of dry touch, but it just says reduces the oil used, which sort of implies there is oil in this one. Doesn't actually say anything about it. It's maybe the 4-methylbenzaldine camphor, which some of the other products don't have, which is possibly the oil, or there's an oily sort of slick to it, but it is definitely lightweight and dry feel and non-slip like it says. But I do notice when I was using it under my makeup, I thought it might be great under my mineral makeup. I did notice after a couple of hours my skin did come a little bit oily. It did have that sort of greasy feel to it, and that was only when I was using this one, not the other products. So I started to use it for what it says, sort of when you're really active, and it also gives like a dry touch or a non-slip. So if you're doing a lot of active sport, something that sort of doesn't give you a greasy feeling, but like I said, it does sort of have a greasy feel through the skin once my makeup's been on a couple of hours. So I've just used it now as one on my face or over my body when I'm not using any makeup on there. But that's that one. It's still a good obviously product, and it is recommended by the Cancer Council. But I find it doesn't really hold my makeup on during the day. Normally the ingredients in sunscreens only last a couple of hours anyway, so this is also something, the Neutrogena one, which I can sort of mist over myself during the day as well, so that I can sort of throw in the bag if I've got my big bag and sort of mist on if I know I'm going to be out for a lot of hours in the sun, but generally I'm not. The sort of last one that I do favour is a Le Tan one. And this is the Sheer Daily Mineral SPF 30. This is also a face one. It's a 50 gram tube, and I think this was under $10 I picked this up for. It's UVA, UVB protection, and also contains vitamin E, so I quite like that one as well for if you've got any sort of dry areas on the skin. And it's suitable for sensitive skin types. Now this one again is one that says non-greasy. It doesn't actually say oil-free. It's absorbed, no fragrance, and enriched with vitamin E to moisturize. And this one comes out white. It does sort of sheer out. The only thing I did notice with this one, and I did compare it to a tester, and it seems to be just how the formula is. It is a little bit sort of gluggy. I don't know how else to sort of, if that'll actually pick it up on camera. Got sort of little lumps, and it sort of reminds me of sort of natural yogurt. It's got little textury bits in it that you can't actually feel them, but it doesn't come out smooth like any of the other sunscreens or moisturizers I have. But I do find it dissolves anyway, or sorry, absorbs into the skin. But probably my top picks would definitely be the Sunsense one, or any from the Sunsense range that are specifically oil-free, and also the Neutrogena ones as well. So maybe that one and the body mist as well. Again, like I said, you can use it on your face, but I like to spray it on my hand, which is exactly how it recommends on the bottle anyway, and sort of dab it on the face. And just something sort of at the end for maybe products that has an SPF in it that are sort of like gradual tan products. The only one that I really like to use is the L'Oreal NutriSummer Face. Now I'm not sure if you can still get this one. I got a whole bunch of these when they were marked down, I think, at Golo. and this is a 50ml bottle. It's the SPF 15. It doesn't say it's oil free, but normally something like this I'd sort of apply when I know I'm not going out, so if I'm not sort of having a nice rest between wearing makeup. And it's a 12-hour moisturising cream, and supposedly gives a nice sun-kissed look. I just get a slight glow from this. I don't like to keep using it, maybe just for a couple of days and then go back to obviously my normal routine. Pretty much sums up everything. I hope you did enjoy, and I thank you again for the requests. I am working through some other requests that I have received as well, and I thank everyone for their patience and of course everyone for their continued support. Take care.